What in the world? Did I come to a lake that's closed? One of the most beautiful nights of the summer? Nobody is out. Nobody. All right, everybody. I almost said good morning, everybody. Mike from FisherMN here, but guess what? That way is west. The sun is headed west. We are out on a new lake. A new lake that's pretty local to me, 38 minutes according to Google Maps away. And we're gonna do some just before evening fishing on this new lake. My buddy Paul was out not too long ago, and his son comes out here and they give it some good reviews. So we are just gonna kind of slide this jig along the edge here. They talked about dockfish, getting some dockfish. So we got the chatterbait ready too. See what we can do. Definitely this side is the side. It's got a little bit of shade on. It was a perfect start to the morning for a bassy kind of day. But I was out with my buddy Chad. I call him panfish expert Chad. And he's actually been kind of helping me with the experiment. And what it is we're trying out the new bio bait. We're seeing if the bio bait by Bass Pro can compare to Gulp, which is our kind of standard of what we like to throw for panfish. Go. That guy just sling it. We'll sling it. Wow, that guy just snatched it right off the top of the water. There we go. New lake, brand new lake to me. Have a lot of information because of some buddies, but there we go. Good start with the jig. Ooh, it's making him so angry. It's summer. You know, maybe the fact that somebody put a hook in his mouth. I don't know. Forgot to ask him. Oh, jeez. All right. So probably got a couple hours to fish tonight. Just gonna see, like that one, if we can just kind of find them here and there. First guy came in about 2.5 feet of water. But what we have over here is some shade. Let's see if we can get a couple more. It's kind of the early in the week on a Monday. I actually, believe it or not, have a work meeting tomorrow. I work in a school, and we still have about a week before we have to report, but for one of our teams I'm on at school, so get a little fishing in before the night before a school meeting. I'm heading into, I believe, year number 33. Wow. There's another one. Ooh, feels like a good one. Come on. Are we stuck in something? Do we still have them? All those questions will be answered in a second. Looks like a good big blob. There it is. There it is. I don't know if it's more fish or more weeds. Let's see. I'm guessing more weeds than fish. What do we got in the middle of all this? Oh yeah, we got a decent fish. There's a chunky bass. Hooked like a pro on the outside of the mouth. There he is. That guy's short and stocky. First guy was more long and lean. I don't know why these fish are so angry. Maybe the same reason as the last one. Put a hook in its mouth. Nice to get some fish biting on a new lake. Now you might be surprised I'm not firing a frog into those lily pads. I just have not been having luck with frogs lately. So I figured I'd kind of hit the edges with this jig. That worked on the first one. No real pattern yet, except maybe shallow and kind of by some structure or some weeds. Just fish tonight. I'm not going to keep a limit or anything. But if we get a big one, we'll measure it. I don't think I have a scale, maybe a backup to the backup scale, but we'll just measure. There we go. We're gonna sling it. It's on that side. Let's sling it. Oh my goodness. There we go. I tell ya, these fish. Oh, where'd my trailer go? All right, got you in the tongue. There you go. It's that 3 bass all on a jig. There we go. Whoa. Sling them. We'll sling them. Nice. Felt him tick, and then by the time I set the hook, he was like way over there. Feisty. There we go. Thump. Another chunker. Alright. Just picking them off here and there. Alright. New lake. Getting a few fish in, feeling that jig bite. Love it. So I actually came all the way down to the south side of the lake when I saw the weather was going to be alright. And the landing is all the way on the north side. So just going to maybe finish out this stretch and then head back up to the north side to finish out the day. Like to be kind of closer to home as it gets dark, closer to where I need to launch. The nice thing about the south side, I noticed the north side, it's pretty clear of weeds, except in a couple of areas. I haven't gotten out deep. I don't know how deep this lake gets. However, most of the weeds cut off at 4 feet. And I've tried the edge of them with the chatterbait, but that just didn't do much. So we're gonna stay in here where we're getting a few fish. We've got a lily pad field coming up, which the last 2 we've had like it, we've got 1 fish off of each. Hoping for more than 1, but if we can get 1, that'd be great. All right, we are going to fish this area all the way up. There's some greener pads down there. Fish up to that. And then make a run to the north side of the lake and maybe fish a half an hour, 45 minutes over on the north side of the lake. Then we'll call it a day. There we go. And they just take it right when it hits. It's like you land on their head. Slinger? We're slinging it. Oh, that's a little bigger than the slinger, but we got it. Oh, we got another angry one. There we go, Chunkarama. Yep. He was a angry one. Man, that's a fun bite. Just kind of throwing it to areas that look like they should maybe have one, and then having them just take it right off the edge. All right, I'm gonna huff and puff all the way down to that side of the lake, and I'm gonna spare you the visual and the audio of that. So I'm gonna point my magic finger and we're gonna go. Alright, it's pretty choked up, but I'm gonna try a couple back to the trees here. Guessing this is the first year in a long time that you've been able to fish underneath those trees. It's been probably a lot lower the last couple of years. We've had drought kind of conditions here in Minnesota, but not this year. In fact, it rained last night, the night before, a little bit today, but man, what a beautiful night tonight. There we go. First one that kind of took it a little bit after I swam it for a while. All right, we got Slinger, another chunker. Man, they're all just this kind of chunky 14 to 16 inches. Loving the action. All right, I'll dip in here one more time and then head towards the landing. There's some good fishing area around the landing. Did get one on this side, so catching them on every side. You know, cruising across the lake, 5 feet, and then all of a sudden a patch of weeds. Let's see if there's something out here in the mid-lake area. Wouldn't that be fun? There we go. What do we got? All right. We'll call it an offshore bass. All right. Kind of cruising across this part of the lake. Head towards the landing. Found just a isolated weed field. There you go, right off the edge of it. So that's another thing about a new lake. You know, I was in and I was catching fish, but explore the whole lake. And I'll admit, I was kind of zoned out just coming across, and I looked down and I saw these weeds and I thought I wasn't in the weeds. So now I got another potential spot. Sometimes in the fall these spots can blow up too, these isolated weed patches. So I got a good mark down on my depth finder, and if need be, this may be a good fall spot. Fish on. There we go. Bass. All right. Let's find a little offshore spot here. All right. Kind of feels good to get a couple on a chatterbait. That should be in the middle of the weeds. Maybe. There's another fish. All right. This spot was a nice find. Another chunky guy. Today, the jig was the ticket close in. Not the frog. I did try the frog a little bit, but the jig. Bladed jig, I just couldn't work it into some of the spots I was trying to fish. So just kind of put it away for the day, and I was ready to do some jig fishing on the way in. And found this kind of flat area that has just this little island of weeds out here. And right off the edge, the bladed jig has been doing its job and catching us some bass. So kind of fun on a new lake, using the information I was given to definitely put the most fish in the boat, but then just kind of getting a little bit lucky slash looking for some other things, and kind of fun to get a bladed jig bite going too, kind of out in a spot that I would guess, unless you lived on the lake, you wouldn't know much about it. So maybe just having kind of a fresh spot to go to. Shallow enough to where maybe early in the morning it could be a fun buzzbait spot too. So nice to put some more fish in the boat. Nice to get them in a different way. So new lake to me. You saw how I kind of approached it. What do you think? Do you have any suggestions? Some other things I could have tried? Because like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've been trying a lot of new lakes this year. And you know, sometimes you go through some slow periods till you figure out where the fish are. So let me know. Let me know if you got some suggestions. I appreciate you watching this video. Please take time to give it a thumbs up if you heard something you liked. And also subscribe. The more subscribers we have, the better. As we're getting close to being monetized, I'm thinking about some contests I can be doing. So there'll be a lot of benefit if you just click that subscribe button, and the best thing is, it's free. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. So guess what? You stayed for bonus fishing. Let's see if we can get a couple of bonus bass in the boat. You're one of those people that watch the video all the way to the end? What in the world? Who taught you those good manners? I think we're gonna use the bladed jig on the way back. Beautiful sunset. Got a lot of nice sunrises on my channel. Not as many sunsets because I'm not usually fishing till dark. Oh, I kind of like that early morning. Fishing as it gets light out instead of fishing as it gets dark out. Just for fun in the home stretch. I'm going to give him a bigger profile. Bust out a big blade. Z-Man Big Blade bladed jig. Let's see if it pushes up some water and gives them a nice big target to hit. Whew, it's got a lot of wobble to it. Yet another bait that I bought actually 2 years ago. Just never got around to using it. You know, sometimes the fishing is so good at Favorite Lake, I just use whatever I got on. But in situations on a new lake or when maybe you need a little something different, Big Blade could be just the thing. Have one little bump on it. Try a little dock fishing. There's a fish. All right, Big Blade coming through. Got slinger in. That's a nice chunky bass. Beautiful. Right by the dock. And guess what, everybody? Camera's on. Hold your applause. Nice to get one on the home stretch. Bonus fish for everybody. Fish on. There we go. Man, these fish dig. All right, another nice one. Look at that long and lean guy. I bet he's about 16. It's like a river fish. All right, finding something right out here at the end. Bonus fishing. Love it. There we go. Oh, bad hook set. Good fish, bad hook set. Stay on, baby. I don't think we're gonna sling this guy. Oh, we probably could have. We probably could have. Oh, we got another angry one. There we go. Bonus fish number 3. All right, time for that last cast. Last cast of the day. Awesome day of fishing. Thanks for watching.